Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the World of Juice Hoops channel, and welcome back to an episode in the San Antonio Spurs rebuild here on NBA 2K24. That's right, we completed year number 1 last episode and did the off-season. We are here in year number 2, and we had quite the off-season. Quite the off-season. Not only did the lottery bless us with the number 1 overall pick, but we traded back into the top half and drafted this man right here, Jimmy Vega, with the 4th overall pick. So we've got our point guard of the future pretty much figured out. We've got our center of the future pretty much figured out. Julio Cruz is the new starting center for the San Antonio Spurs. And Juice, you may be wondering, why'd you have a center of the future when you have Victor Wembanyama? And that's because we have our small forward of the future figured out in Victor Wembanyama. He's playing small forward for us. He's a 7'4" small forward. It's going to be weird, but we're going to try it out. Power forward is Jaren Jackson Jr., and shooting guard for at least right now is Devin Vassell, but I'm not 100% sold on Devin Vassell being our shooting guard. We'll just have to wait and see. Backup small forward will be Keldon Johnson. Backup power forward will be Jeremy Sohan. Backup point guard will be Trey Jones / Malachi Branham. Backup center will be another rookie that we picked up in free agency because nobody signed him when he got drafted. He just kind of let his options go. Round 2 pick number 8, Will Freeman. And this man is a 3-point machine at the center power forward position and a good rebounder. And he's got good athleticism. So I like Will Freeman. He's going to be our backup center / backup power forward. We've also got Austin Rivers, who comes to the team because of they needed to fill roster spots, so they signed a few people for us. They also signed Vlatko Kankar, and then we have Sidi Sissoko and Bill Bradley, who we also took in the 2nd round. This is our pick, and he's kind of just here as a guy. Basically, he's just athletic, is all he can do really well. He probably won't last very long on the team, but we needed to use that 2nd round pick for something, and that's what we used it for. So, we have no money. If we were to take a look at our finances, our salary cap breakdown, we have absolutely 0 dimes in the cap room, which is fine because I like the team that we've built so far here in year number 2. But Devin Vassell's contract, along with Keldon Johnson's contract, is very interesting. I don't know what we're going to do with Devin Vassell. I like Devin Vassell, but he's making a lot of money for not being a super high overall. So we'll have to figure out what we can do with him. I think, try to package. Did I ever try the package of Keldon and Devin? So we could get DeMar DeRozan, we could get Zach LaVine, Derek White, Desmond Bane, DeJounte Murray. That'd be fun. Getting DeJounte Murray back would be pretty cool. I wonder if we could get Larry Markkinen, which I would like a lot, but he'd be small forward. We already have Victor Wembanyama. So there's a couple things that we could do here. Could we bring DeJounte in for just Keldon? Is that a possibility? I wouldn't do the trade this episode. I'd probably do it a little bit later. But how much is DeJounte making? He's making 25, so he's making a lot of money. But could we do this? Would this go through straight up? I mean, they're the same value in terms of stars, 3.5 stars. Would they want this? You're not giving enough back. Okay, so we'd have to give up a little bit more back in return, but we could possibly bring DeJounte Murray back to San Antonio. It's a possibility. As for anybody else that I want to trade for, I don't think we have the money to bring in a big-time player unless we traded away a big-time player. So, like, if I was going to change Jaren Jackson Jr., if I was going to trade him away, I'd want somebody else that's really good, but his contract is really big, and I don't know who's making that much money. And remember, in the offseason episode, LeBron James signed in Toronto because he didn't accept anybody's contract offer. So he is playing in Toronto as LeBronto. And you know what? I'm actually going to do them a little bit of a favor. We're going to give Pascal, though this team is already pretty good. I was going to make LeBron their small forward, but honestly, he probably should be their point guard, if we're being totally honest, because they have Dennis Schroeder, but you've already got a small forward in Scotty Barnes. You've already got a shooting guard in R.J. Barrett. You've got Pascal. You've got Jakob Poeltl. You need a Pirtle. You need a point guard. And LeBron's got power forward point guard on his thing, but I don't know. We'll let them last. Let them live. we are going to be playing game number 1 against the Dallas Mavericks today, Luka and Kyrie, and it looks like they've added Al Horford to the team. So this is what we're going to be jumping in and playing today. I'm super excited because we get to see the debut of our young rookies. We get to see the debut of Julio Cruz and of Jimmy Vega. I'm super excited about it, and I also want the Dallas Mavericks to wear some new uniforms on opening night. So they will wear the city jerseys because I like those. Those look pretty clean, those city jerseys. At least the lettering does. But then we can't wear the same statement jerseys, so we have to wear the... Should we wear our city jerseys or should we wear some classic jerseys? Do we have any... Doesn't look like we can wear anything crazy. I was hoping we could wear like some old school different color jerseys, but doesn't look like we have any of those available to us. Okay, so we'll have to rock the cities then. Or I guess we could rock the classic homes, the grays, but that might be a little bit too much of a clash. Let's rock the city jerseys. We haven't rocked those at all. So it'll be Luka versus Victor Wembanyama, but this time Wemby is playing small forward going up against Josh Green. That's quite the mismatch. I think we have a mismatch on everybody except for Luka and Kyrie. Like our bottom 3, our small forward through center, is a mismatch over their guys, but their point guard and shooting guard is a mismatch. And Jimmy Vega, he's got quite the opening night, the debut job to take on. He's got to take on Luka. That is not the matchup that he was probably asking for, but maybe he's a competitor. Maybe he's like, you know what, I want to take him on. So we'll see how it goes. If you enjoy Season 2 opening nights, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, join the Juice Club. Season 2 is underway. Let's see the debut of our generational center and our hopeful generational point guard.
And we've been waiting for this day for a long time. It's opening day in the NBA. Thanks for joining us as we start the new season. I'm Brian Anderson, alongside Clark Kellogg and Grant Hill. Allie LaForce is our reporter. And a moment to check out who the San Antonio Spurs have coming up. On Friday, they'll be playing against Joel Embiid and the Philadelphia 76ers. Then on Monday, they'll go up against C.J. McCollum and the New Orleans Pelicans. All right, let's check out San Antonio's starting lineup. And for Dallas, Luka and Kyrie are the talented backcourt. Green out there with Al Horford, and it's Lively in at the center position, locking down the middle. Opening day of the regular season, Grant. Nothing quite like this first one of the year.
You know, as a former player, you know firsthand that there's so much anticipation and hard work that goes into making it to opening day. So everyone right now is on a level playing field, and the dream is still alive.
All right, tip-off is underway, and we've got Mavs and Spurs here in year number 2. Jimmy Vega, Julio Cruz, the debut of those guys. We've gone with an uber-tall lineup here in Season 2. I mean, we've got 7'4". Oh, we're going to see Jimmy Vega. He's got some dunking ability, and he slams that home. His first 2 points of his career are a dunk from number 1 pick to number 4 pick. But we've got 7'4" Julio Cruz, 7'4" Victor Wembanyama. We've got, 6'10" Jaren Jackson Jr., and then I think Jimmy Vega is 6'8", so he's a big body, and Julio Cruz gets his first points. We were denied Rookie of the Year with Victor last season, so Wemby didn't get it, but maybe this year either Vega or Cruz can accomplish what Wemby couldn't do. So it's going to be hard to rebound against us, that's for sure. Vega, crossover, dribble move, overpowering. And remember, in the draft, Julio Cruz was described as Shaquille O'Neal with a three ball. So hopefully we can see that. He obviously is a little bit more thin than Shaquille O'Neal was, and a lot taller than Shaquille O'Neal is. Or at least not a lot taller, but a little bit taller than what Shaquille is. But he's got a little bit more athleticism. He's got a 3-ball. He can shoot it. So I'm super excited about him. And Jimmy Vega, I forget what his comp was, but he's an exciting prospect too. He's already got some points tonight. He's got 2 points. And Luka goes for a 3, and he misses it. Cruz has already got 4 points and 3 rebounds and an assist. So we're looking pretty good for that. Devin Vassell to the basket. up and under. He's got himself delivered. You love to see that. Luka Doncic. No points for the Dallas Mavericks. You can see a lot difference from year 1 to year 2 between this Spurs team and this Mavericks team. I mean, last time we played the Mavericks was the first game of year 1. We went to Dallas, I think, and played them. Or maybe it was in San Antonio. And we got beat up badly. Kyrie killed us. And Luka played pretty well too. But today, year number 2, it's crazy how a year can change things. Because we are now leading 10-0 in the first quarter against this Mavericks team. And I have a feeling it's only going to get worse. Because we have a better starting lineup, which means we have a better bench. Because some of those starters have been moved to the bench. Like Jeremy Sohan, like Keldon Johnson. Oh, and that is a miss right there. We haven't even got Wemby. Wemby hasn't even touched the basketball just yet. He's got a rebound and an assist, but he hasn't really even touched. And he's going up against Josh Green, so he's got quite the mismatch. And he's going to have quite the mismatch in the entire season because there's not a lot of small forwards that are built as well as Victor is. Although he's not as muscular, but they're not as tall, obviously. Nobody's as tall as Victor is, except for Julio Cruz. So we're going to be seeing a lot of that. That's a lot of what's going to happen today. 14-0 lead over the Dallas Mavericks. We've come into Dallas, and we have smacked the Mavericks in the face. Luka has no opportunities except for he's got nothing to do except for chuck up shots. And I'm hoping that this move to Victor at small forward will allow him to shoot a little bit more at the 3 line and make him a little bit more productive over there. So that's kind of the main goal, what I want to see. And that's blocked. I don't know who it was. I think it might have been Victor, but it also could have been Vega. I'm assuming it was Victor, though. But I'm hoping that now that Wemby's at the small forward, I'm hoping he will shoot more threes and maybe make a little bit more, so he'll progress in that spot. Kyrie trying to work around Devin Vassell, and he will do it, and he finally gets the Mavs on the board. They were like in a scoring drought for the past 3 minutes or so. So he finally gets them on the board, and Jimmy Vega to the basket. He will get hard contact from Luka, but gets his own rebound. Kyrie and Victor, that's quite the mismatch. Just bully him and put it up. You're not going to block it. Kyrie will never block Victor Wembanyama. That is a 100% fact. You can mark it down. He will never block Victor Wembanyama. I'm just excited to see the final stats, see where everybody falls. That's going to be a shot from Al Horford, and it's a 3 from the veteran power forward. Mavs starting to get onto the score sheet here. Starting to figure things out. Vassell finds Julio Cruz. He's already got 5 rebounds and 6 points. I mean, this man he's a generational talent. He is a generational talent. There's not much else to say. Vega's got 3 assists already. Could we be seeing multiple generational talents blossom in front of our eyes? I mean, that's why we drafted him. We traded up from pick, what was it, pick 6 did we have? Pick 10, we had pick 10. We traded up from pick 10 to get Jimmy Vega. So I'm hoping that it was worth it. That's going to be a miss from Wembanyama. Vega will come out for Trey Jones. It'll be interesting to see if our second unit can keep up with what our first unit's been doing. Because obviously our first unit is highly talented, highly explosive. But I'm curious to see if the second unit can keep up. Ooh, that's going to be a deep shot. Wemby, easy board. Get it up the court to Jaren. He's got nobody on him. Except for Josh Green, but he's not going to be able to handle him. Josh Green, nothing doing. It's 20-5. It is 20-5. And we're going to see the young second-round pick, Bob Bradley. We're going to see him in this backcourt. Ooh, that's annoying. That's a nice little shot from Kyrie Irving there. He's the one that killed us last season in Game 1. So I'm not surprised he's going to be doing the same things here. And that's going to be a reach-in foul. Is that Al Horford? Yeah, I thought it was. Al Horford reaches in on Julio Cruz. And they've got themselves a rookie out there guarding. Oh, that's a bad pass. I didn't realize that was going to be such a bad pass. They've got themselves a rookie. I'm not sure who it is, but I see him out there. And he's got himself a board and a point, a putback. Good for the rookie. I'm not sure what the rookie's name is, but he looks familiar. I remember seeing him getting drafted. I just don't remember what his name is. Luka playing on Trey Jones. We'll get that back to Jaren. Is this, what's his face? It is Grant Williams, but I kind of ran the time limit there. That's okay. I was just trying to waste time at the end. There's the rookie for the Dallas Mavericks. Can I see the back of his jersey? What's the back of his jersey say? I don't remember his name. All right, we'll have to wait and see. This first quarter has been very dominant, and I'm assuming this entire game is going to go this way. At least I'm hoping. That's the game plan. We're going to take Jaren out. We're going to put Sohan in. We're going to take Cruz out. We're going to see the young rookie Will Freeman, and we'll see Keldon Johnson as well. We'll get the whole second unit in here to start this second quarter. Let's see the young guns, see how they play. So we got Bradley, we got Freeman, 2 more rookies out there. We'll see how, I was going to say we'll see how Freeman can do, but he doesn't even get a chance because Trey Jones throws a bad pass and it's a turnover. Hardy guarded by Bradley. See what the young rooks got in the second round. That's a tough contested shot, and now Jeremy Sohan's got nobody next to him, and it's going to be a dunk for the backup power forward out of Baylor. Jeremy Sohan, good job. Kyrie still in the game. I remember last season Kyrie barely even stepped out of the game. He was like in the game for almost the entirety of it, which is really weird. Although he was playing pretty well, so it's understandable. Freeman, he's a good perimeter defender, and he's a good just defender in general, but he's not a very good defender when I'm playing with. That's just because I'm not a very good defender. I will want to see Malachi tonight, so we'll have to get him in the game at some point, but Jeremy's got 4 points. That was a nice spin move in the paint. That was quite the nice spin move in the paint. Hardy with the ball gives it to Kyrie. I didn't even know Kyrie was down there in the paint there, and he gets the bucket. He kind of like blended in. I didn't even see him. The combination of the black paint and then the jerseys. I didn't even see him down there, and he was kind of like congested as well. But we got Freeman. Freeman's got the 3 ball. We'll see what he can do. That was just a bad release. That's not conducive of what Freeman can or can't do. That was just a bad release by me. Let's get Malachi out here. Oh, that's a swiper no swiping. Another swiper no swiping. This time it worked. And Freeman's in transition. Grant Williams, the only one next to him. Will Freeman tries to put it up and he can't do it. Good defense from Grant Williams. The downfall of that play was Will trying to change hands and make it more of a difficult shot than it needed to be. I wish he would have just like taken the foul or something, like bounced into him or something. And now you can see the difference between the second unit and the first unit. The Mavericks are starting to get a lot of points, and that might just because Kyrie's starting to cook a little bit here, but also the second unit's not as efficient as the first unit is, the starters. And that was the big question I had. I wondered if the first unit was going to be able, or the second unit was going to be able to compete. And it seems like we're not able to, especially now with Kyrie. If Kyrie's out here against backups, it's not going to go well. He's going to continue to dominate the entire time, which is to be expected. He's Kyrie Irving. He's probably a Hall of Famer. Keldon, how did you miss that, Keldon? That was a decent enough release for you to be able to hit that shot. Should have just been a simple layup, but he's swiper no swiping. Get there, Keldon, get there, and he will. He's got nobody next to him, and Keldon Johnson delivers a jam. Jam. Good job from Keldon. Little swiper no swiping action. 2:52 to go in the half. Bradley covering Kyrie. Will Freeman goes hard on him and fouls him. Not what I would have done, but it is what it is. Jeremy Sohan is a little bit tired. So is Freeman, actually. Both my big men are getting tired. I'm going to be very interested to see how this team does in simulation as Malachi steps onto the court for the first time tonight. He did develop, which is nice. That's one thing I wanted to see him do, was develop in the offseason. And he went up from like a 73 to a 76, so that's something. What's the shot on Freeman? Okay, he's got a little bit of a slow release. That's all right. I want Malachi to be my point guard, but now we have Jimmy Vegas, so maybe we want Malachi to be my backup point guard. I'm not really sure. And the young second-round pick, Bradley, will drive the lane and get a foul from Kyrie Irving and do an and one. All right. The second-round pick, one of the last picks of the draft, Pick 29 in the second round. That was pretty impressive. That was pretty impressive. We'll see what else he can do. I don't know if he can really do anything. He's not really good at shooting the 3. He's not really good at shooting the 2. He's really only good at defense, and or a decent defender, and he's got some athleticism. So we'll see what happens. As Malachi goes for it, and he tried to get an and one, but he just will shoot 2 free throws. I want to see this man develop. And we're not on the right. There we go. Not on the right screen. I couldn't do anything. I want to see this man develop. I want to see him be the backup point guard for this squad. I want him to be on the championship team. And he misses both the free throws. So that's not a promising sign. Come on, Malachi. You got to be able to make your free throws. I think he struggled with that last season, too. Malachi, you got to be able to make your free throws. And Bradley going one-on-one with Luka. I mean, Luka's not the greatest defender, but Bradley delivers another impressive moment. He's proven some things. Maybe he needs to get some more minutes. I mean, it's only game number 1. It's only 2 little moments against the Mavs and against Luka, who's not a fantastic defender. But hey, he's doing some good stuff. And that's Luka's first 2 points. We held Luka to almost 0 points and a half, which is kind of crazy. And Malachi going to the basket. He's going to have a tough shot, and it's going to be a miss again. That's probably more on me than it is on Malachi. But it still should have made it. Still should have made it. I don't like this matchup with Malachi and Luka for sure. I didn't like it last season. I don't like it now. Luka continues to start to dominate. 31-25, under a minute to go in the half. Bradley finds Sohan. Sohan to the basket. Jeremy Sohan, no good, but Freeman with the board. He just basically used his height to get that board. No really skill on getting that one. And Keldon Johnson, tough shot, but he drills it. 4 points for Keldon. He needs to be the leader of the backup unit. He needs to be leader of the bench squad. He needs to be the voice. He needs to be the heart, the soul, everything. He needs to be the scorer. That's what we need Keldon Johnson to be for the second unit. Maybe if he does good enough, he can get back into the first unit. I don't know how he would. I guess he'd probably have to play shooting guard. That's really the only position on this team that's up for grabs anymore. It was point guard, it was small forward, it was a little bit of power forward, but at this point, it's really just shooting guard that is up in the air. 10 seconds to go. Keldon, little fade, no good. That would have been pretty sick if he would have made it. 5 seconds to go in the half. Luka's going to take some sort of 3 here. Oh, Freeman blocks it, and a rebound by Keldon to end the half. 35-25. We really dominated that first quarter, but we slowed down in the second quarter when the second unit was in. That's going to be something we track all season to see how we play. But I'm excited about this team. That first half really got me going, really got me excited for the future. So let's get into the second half and continue to dominate. All right, we will start the second half in Dallas. Most of the starters are back in except for Vega is not in just yet. Malachi's still getting a little bit of minutes. But we're going to try to utilize our height advantage at every single position and just continue to get some buckets because we've got our main guys back in, so we need to assert our dominance like we did in that first quarter. That first quarter was very impressive. We had like a 20 to 5 lead or something like that. But I think Kyrie's got that momentum from the second quarter. He's got 13 points. He's starting to heat up. He's looking pretty dominant. Jaren, if you could back down on Al Horford, he doesn't do it, but that's a mismatch. Josh Green went to go help. And Wemby gets stripped from Derek Lively, swiping or swiping. Not good, not good. Josh Green using some momentum, gets it to Kyrie. Jaren, how do you get beat? Come on, Jaren. It's Kyrie Irving. He's like 6'1", 6'2" at the most. How do you get beat by that? Get that to Julio Cruz. Oh, that's going to be disgusting, and it is. Julio Cruz, generational prospect in his debut, looking mighty fine. That was quite the nasty shot attempt. Down to Derek Lively. Does he have the defensive prowess? He doesn't really, because I screwed it up. He might have if I wouldn't have been using him. You can never take my guys' lack of defense against them because usually it's mainly because I suck at defense, not because they do. Sometimes they do, but most of the time it's because I do. So, can't really take that for what it is. 4:20 to go in the third quarter. Mavs starting to bring their lead back, or bring the lead down. Starting to get the game closer. I don't really like that. I'm going to give this back to him. I got Vassell open in the corner. Devin Vassell for 3. No good. I thought he was going to be able to make that, but he didn't. Maybe it was because of bad release. Probably what it was. I don't know for sure. Luka finds Kyrie. Back to Luka. Luka, where you going, buddy? He's just driving Malachi down, backing him down, and then a little fake, little shimmy, and he misses the shot. Jaren with the rebound. Tough pass. Malachi corrals it. Gives it to Vassell, to Julio, and he's got Kyrie on him, so that should be an easy shot, but I made it a lot more difficult because I think I changed the shot on accident. It was supposed to be just a little toss-up, but then he kind of like fumbled his arms around and laid it in. Luckily it went in. Vega will come in at the next stoppage, whatever it is. Al Horford, he's known to be shooting some threes, so we got to play defense on him pretty tight. Kyrie to the basket. Blocked by Jaren. Rebound Victor. And now we're off. In transition. Got the big height advantage. Victor spin. Puts it up. No good. Little upsetting. Little upsetting. Ooh, Malachi. Good defense on Josh Green there. Pushing him way out of the lane. Kyrie's very tired, so he's not going to be as crispy as he usually is. Gives to Luka, who's not tired. Ooh, Luka step, shot, no good. Rebound by Victor. Get this ball up the court. It's Julio Cruz. It's a pump fake shot. Vassell. It was going to be Vassell, but kind of screwed it up there. And that's a reach-in by Josh Green. Okay, so now Jimmy Vega's back. He's got 4, 2, and 3. Vega to the basket, and he's already making an impact. I love me some Jimmy Vega. I'm super excited about having him on the squad. I love me some Jimmy Vega. I'm glad we traded back into the top 5 to get him. Because once the Celtics took our guy, I think it was like, what was it, Nathan Reynolds? Is that what his name was? He was projected to go like 10th, which is perfect because that's where we were picking. So I was like, oh, we're going to get our guy. He looks pretty good. But then he got swiped at, I think, 3 by the Celtics. So we came back into the first round, traded with, who did we trade with? The Wizards? Was it the Wizards that we traded with? I can't remember exactly. We traded with somebody to get that 4th overall pick, and we came away with possibly our new starting point guard of the future, Jimmy Vega, who's been very impressive. Very, very impressive. Hardaway finds it. He drives down low. He takes the shot, blocked by Jaren. We got some transition. Wemby. That's a deep 2. 10 points for him. Hardaway. What's Hardaway doing? Hardaway finds Luka. Screen from Hardaway. Vega did a good job to stay with Luka there. Rebound Wemby. Up the court to Vega. Vega driving. No good. I thought that was going to be an easy bucket. That's hard to guard right there. That's hard to guard against. Luka just did whatever he wanted. Luckily, he missed it. Oh, if Jaren could shoot the 3, that'd be a lot easier. Disgusting. Oh, my God, Julio Cruz. Disgusting shot. For as big as he is, that has no business being as disgusting as it was. Rebound, Jaren. Wemby. Can he do something similar? He's got such a slower release. That one goes in, though. He's got a lot slower of a release than Julio does, so it's a little bit difficult to go back and forth between them. Ooh, a little swiper action. No, nothing going there. Josh Green gonna set a screen. No, he doesn't. Luka just has the ball. Josh Green's wide open, and Josh Green drilled it. This is still a game, unfortunately, even though it seems like we dominated most of it. Oh, that got stripped away. Josh Green driving. Missed it. Jaren affected it enough. Julio to Vega. Another 1-4 connection. Number 1 overall pick to number 4 overall pick. Final shot of the quarter, and it's going to be Derek Lively. And it's not the final shot of the quarter because Vega fouled Lively for an and 1. Not what I was going for, but it happened. Bradley will come back in. And we'll also bring in Jeremy back. We'll keep Wemby out there for a little bit into the fourth quarter. And now we get final shots. So I don't know if Vega can shoot the three that well. We're going to find out here. Although it's not an amazing attempt, it did almost go in, so that's something. But the end of the third quarter, 51-42, we're looking pretty tasty. I'm liking this team. The defensive stuff we got going on with Jaren blocking a bunch of shots, with Wemby getting rebounds and Cruz getting rebounds. The assist of the game is going to be Freeman passing to Bradley. Oh, and it's just going to be Bradley bullying Kyrie. That was pretty impressive. That was pretty impressive from Bradley, and he's back in now. Bradley's back in, guarding Kyrie, who's back in as well. Don't like it. And he's going to put it up, no good. Bradley with the rebound. Get that up the court to Vega. Ooh, little Sutter going around the world. Vega to the basket. Fighting, gets his own rebound. Freeman in the corner for three. It's a green bean. Will Freeman, his first 3 points. That was good. That's what Will Freeman does. That's going to be his job, his role on the team, is sit in the corner and wait for somebody to find him, wait for the double team so that he gets wide open. Wemby on Hardaway should be pretty simple, and it is. A little spin move action. And Wembanyama looking pretty good. But I've been impressed by the entire starting lineup, and including Bradley. He's not in the starting lineup, but I've been impressed by him as well. He's played really well. Kyrie, Kyrie is just disgusting. He is just nasty with the sticks. Vega behind the back to the basket. And one. Jimmy Vega. Looking swole. That's what I'm talking about. That was a tough shot. Hard contact, and he still made it. And then makes the end one. He's got 11, 3, and 5. I'm going to be very interested to see the adjusted stats. See what everybody finishes with. And Kyrie misses that shot. Sohan with the board. Up to Freeman. Goes across court. Bradley down low. And Bradley will drill it in. And one. Kyrie gets a foul. What are you doing, Kyrie? You weren't going to block that. Ooh, that's a fast... that was a fast free throw release. Wasn't expecting that. And then I couldn't put it up with Freeman. So Bradley misses the and one. But now we know he's got a fast release. Probably because he's not very good at it. Kyrie, how do you get that even up? Wemby gets called for the shooting foul, but Kyrie had no business even shooting that. He misses the first free throw, which is weird. Didn't expect him to do that. We'll take Wemby out for the rest of the game. We'll bring in Keldon Johnson. We'll bring in Trey Jones for Vega. Vega's impressed me. I've been very, very happy with how Vega's impressed in his debut. I've just been super excited about this team. I'm revitalized with this team. We got so much young talent on this squad. In a couple of seasons, we're going to be unbelievably unstoppable. I feel like we just need one more piece. We just need that shooting guard. And it could be Devin Vassell. I'm not saying it won't be. But it's likely that it's not going to be. That's an accident. I didn't mean to jump there. It's likely that it's not going to be. But it could. There's always a possibility for it to be. There's just so much young talent on this squad now. I mean, just the change, the vibe from year one to year two is crazy. In year one, we were kind of just down on our luck. We knew what we were going to have to do, which was lose a bunch of games. We knew that we weren't going to be super competitive in a lot, and then we probably won more games than I expected us to. But this year, the vibe is different. We got a lot of young talent in here, a lot of new blood. So it's just all happy, all smiles. Jeremy Sohan's even shooting threes and drilling them. I mean, this Spurs team is going to be scary. I don't know if it's going to correlate into wins this year, but year 2, year 3, or year 3, year 4, certainly going to be some wins. A lot of wins on the table. We just need that final piece, like I was saying, that final shooting guard. We've got every other position pretty much figured out now. And I don't know if that's going to be Vassell. I don't know if it's going to be not Keldon. DeJounte Murray, like I was talking about earlier before we jumped into the game. It could be DeJounte Murray. He could certainly get traded here and be that shooting guard. Or maybe it's somebody else. Maybe it's a draft pick. Maybe it's somebody we're not even thinking of. Maybe it's somebody in free agency, although we're not going to really have any money in free agency to sign anybody unless we trade Vassell for nothing. We'd have to trade him basically for draft picks and a couple of players that really wouldn't play much. But that's if we know for a fact who's going to be in free agency, who's not going to get re-signed, all that kind of stuff. Because I don't want to move on from Vassell if we're not getting anything good. And then there's nobody good in free agency. That's just going to be a whole bag of bad. So we don't want to do that. Bradley and Kyrie. What's Bradley got in his bag? Ooh, Bradley! Getting in his bag. Little Bill Bradley action. Okay. That was pretty nasty. He was working Kyrie like crazy there. Luka drills that. I mean, that's just Luka being Luka. He's going to make that every day. He is going to make that every single day and twice on Mondays. Bradley again trying to get around Kyrie, going to the basket. Bill Bradley, no good that time, but that was another impressive drive to the paint. Another impressive drive to the paint. Hardaway trying to work around Keldon Johnson, who's also been very impressive today. Lively, ooh, gets another rebound. Lively still going up and fighting. So that's just embarrassing. How did Lively make that work? Vassell up to Keldon, pump fake, actual shot, corner, three, no good. We're going to take Bradley out. We're going to bring back in Vassell. Trey Jones. Ooh, Hardaway, I don't know how he even got that shot up. He did. 1:38 to go in the game. This one's basically over. Keldon for three. Nobody was tracking him, and it spins in and out. What happened there? Oh, Hardaway. I didn't even realize Tim Hardaway Jr. was down on the ground. We might have to go to an instant replay and see what happened there. I didn't even realize he wasn't even out there. That's probably why Keldon Johnson was wide open. That makes a lot more sense now. That makes a lot more sense now. But let's go to the instant replay, see what happened to Keldon, or see what happened to Tim Hardaway. So if we zoom out here, I gotta move up a little bit. Where's Tim Hardaway at? So he's probably on this side of the court, isn't he? Yeah, there he is. Okay, so what happened to Tim? So he was going up for the shot. We remember that. He steps back. He misses it. Oh, and he just landed wrong on the knee. He landed wrong on the knee. I don't know if he landed on Keldon's foot. It doesn't look like it. I think he just landed wrong on his knee, and he must have, like, sprained it or, I don't know, jammed it. I don't know. Can you jam a knee? I don't know, but it doesn't look like he landed on the foot of Keldon Johnson. It just looks like he landed wrong on it. And he's hurting. He is hurting. I don't know who they brought in replace of him. It looks like they brought in Josh Green again. Or Maxi Kleber. They might have brought in Maxi. Kyrie goes down in the paint. And Kyrie's just been a nuisance, man. I don't like playing the Mavericks because Kyrie just kills me every single time. Trey Jones to Vassell. Vassell drives. Backdoor to Keldon. Keldon going on Josh Green. Keldon spin around, up, and good. 8 points for Keldon Johnson off the bench. Nice to see him taking hold of his new role. Luka. Can I swipe on Luka? Nope, not there. Kyrie going to take that shot. It's going to go up and no good. Freeman with the board. He's got 6 of them things. Vassell driving. Luka guarding. And Luka will do a good enough job. Under a minute to go. Oh, that's a swiper, no swiping. Trey Jones came from behind and got him. Vassell to Freeman. Freeman puts it up, and that I wanted a dunk, but he kind of backed away from it. Whatever, but he gets the bucket anyway, so works the same. 2 points is 2 points. And Freeman did Luka did a really good job of pump faking me out and faking out Freeman. He got the whole world jumping. I was not expecting that. But we are going to step into Season 2 with a W. 74-61. I don't think that's going to be the final score, but it is going to be a very impressive score. We looked very good. Julio Cruz looked good. Vega looked good. Wemby obviously looked pretty good. Even Bill Bradley looked good. The whole team just played really well. I don't think there was really a disappointing player this entire game on our side. Maybe Malachi. maybe Malachi was a disappointing player just because he didn't really do a ton, and when he was able to, he missed his free throws and all kinds of stuff, so it's not like he played really bad, but he didn't play good. He just kind of played meh basketball, which is not what we want. but that's also why we kept Trey Jones around. But the boys get a win on the road in Dallas to start season 2 off. Very happy about that. Everybody looked good, man. Everybody looked good. This is going to be a fun season. Player of the game is Victor Wembanyama. This is going to be quite the season. I'm also going to be very interested to see, like I mentioned earlier, what the adjusted stats look like. 16-6 for Wemby, 12-8 for Cruz, 11-3-7. I mean, I'm going to be excited. Let's take a look. What's the final score officially going to look like? And what is... So it's 152-122. What do the final points look like? Kyrie dropped 40 and 10. Wembanyama has 32, 12 and 6. Cruz in his debut 24, 16 and 4. Vega has 22, 16 and 14 with his debut. So a debut double-double. Sohan has 22 and 6. Bradley 18 in his debut. Keldon 16. Freeman had 10 and 12. Vassell had 12 assists. I thought 12 steals. 12 assists. Jaren didn't really do much, but that's okay. Didn't need to. We got quite the team now. Let's go to... Ooh, we got in-season tournament stuff starting next episode. Okay, so let's simulate the in-season tournament stuff. That'll be for the next episode. We'll simulate this game against the Sixers. We lose 123-107, beat the Pelicans, and lose to the Bulls. So we're 2-2. How did everybody play? Vassell led the team with 19 points. Cruz had 19. Keldon had 17-5. Okay. And then in the win, it was Wemby with 25 and 9. Cruz 20 and 14. 17 for Sohan. Then the loss to Chicago. We had 21 and 10 from Vassell, 14 from Vega, 14, 7 and 7. Jaren had 14, 12 for Victor, and 16 boards. All right, so next episode will be the start of the in-season tournament this season. Last year, we didn't make it past the first round of the actual playoffs. We made it to the playoffs. We got out of the group stage, but we did not make it past the first game of the playoffs because I think we had to play the Thunder. So next episode will be the in-season tournament. We'll take care of it all. I think it goes through November. Yeah, it looks like it goes through November, so we'll take care of all that next episode. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. It was the debut of Julio Cruz and Jimmy Vega and the start of season number 2. I'm super excited for season 2 because I think this team has a lot of promise. We might not dominate the league like I'm expecting, but we're hopefully gonna win Rookie of the Year with at least one of them. We got 2 chances. We got to win Rookie of the Year. So hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, leave it a like, subscribe to the channel, join the Juice Club. Thank you so much for stopping by and watching. I truly appreciate it, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.